Ngatho nyinge muno mwiroreri wa Mosbeast TV nirakunyita na ngatho nyinge muno okure gwothe uratwirorera ukire. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I greet you according to your time wherever you are watching us from. People from diaspora, people from outside country, muko anje by the way, muko poa? Na mimi pia niko poa, niko salama. And today kuna kitu imenishock na about this girl by the name Margaret Duta. She was caught in new country with drugs, what we call drug trafficking. Okay, sasa watu wengi wamejaribu sana kucomment kuhusu Duta na kenye kinaendelea katika taifa letu la Kenya. Kuona ati ni mmoja wetu wako huko nje, lazima tuongelee hii mambo kama wa Kenya. But kuna kitu imenistua, na hiyo kitu inaweza kuwa kuna uwezekano mkubwa sana wa Duta kukua another option. She must be killed because that is a rule. Okay, now kenye kimenistua ni hiki. Allow me to share it with you. Maybe amujapokea hizi habari na maybe amujapata any information about Margaret Duta na kwenye amekamatiwa katika inchi ya kigeni. Okay, kuna semekana like this girl, she is not the first one by the way. Secondly, it is not the first time to transport these drugs from other countries. Kuna mtu ametokea akasema they were arrested together with this girl at Ghana. By the way, this news were at newspaper this morning. That particular girl, she is claiming and confirming that they were arrested together with this girl by the name Margaret Duta. So it is not the first time for this girl to do drug trafficking. So what we are asking for, the question we are asking, we as Kenyans, like, will she manage to come out from that country or from that trap? From that particular country. Like, unajua, when you come to Kenya, we have our rules that we follow. When you go to South Africa, they have their own rules. When you go to Saudi Arabia, they have their own rules. When you go to China, they have their own rules. When you go to Vietnam, they have their own rules. Okay, this girl, kuna kuwa kuna nafasi kubwa sana ya yeye kuangamia ama kundidimia ama kuishia huko kwa hiyo country. Tusikie tu saa tuamuke tu siku moja tusikie, God forbid, tunaweza mukia siku moja tupate she is no more. She's already killed by the law of that particular country. Nilisikia wakisema maneno na koti ikiamua, it's where it's done. It's totally done. Na hakuna kitu mnaweza safanya. Wakenya wakaanza kusema, lazima tuongee kwa hiyo taifa. Tusikie kama watatusikiza. Tuone kama we can solve this problem, this matter. But kuna mtu ameongea hapo, Musalia Mudavadi, katika press conference moja hapa Nairobi. Na by the way, that dude, kuna a statement amemake, na nitakuwekea hiyo video hapa ili musikie vile ngava yenyewe inasema. Mniambie kama nyinyi mnaona. I don't know what you take about this. Sijui this information utaichukulia anje, but let me tell you something. Gava ikiongozwa na Musalia Mudavadi wamesema there is nothing they can do about other countries' rules. If it is a death sentence, it's a death sentence. I want to listen very clearly to this information or this message from one and only Musalia Mudavadi. Vile anasema na vile he is trying to make you Kenyans understand. Like amesema, we are not ready kuharibu jina ya Kenya huko nje juu ya particular one juu ya mtu mmoja mwenye ametoka from this country to another country for drug trafficking. Remember, this girl it is not the first time to do this job. I know Kenyans, we don't have work, we don't have a lot of job to do here. I know huku tumehangaika, hatuna makazi, watu wanajaribu kwenda nje, ndani, nje. People are trying to look for the green pastures, but be careful of what you do. Be careful for every decision that you make. Usinjipate mahali pambaya. Like, we had a conversation with my friend somewhere, and then he told me like, this girl looks like a drug trafficker. She don't look like innocent. Okay, it was just a conversation between me and my friend. I know you understand what vile nasema. Like alikuwa nasema, huyu msichana hata ukimwangalia unaona anakaa mwekoero. Ukimwangalia hata sura yake, it speaks a lot. So guys, me, I don't know whether that is the job she does. I don't know what sinjui like it's hii Kenya we are around to kutoa maoni yetu. Kila mtu anakuwa around kutoa maoni yake. Lakini Musalia Mudavadi amesema, when you fly out from country, ndege wakati itainua miguu juu iende, ukinjua kwenye umeenda, hakuna mtu ataulizwa swali yako. Nimesikia akisema, by the way, ukifika kwa airport ama ukitoka kwa airport ama ukienda kwa country fulani, lazima wakuulize who packed your bag. Nani alipack bag yako? So be careful. Ukitoka hapa Kenya, ukiboard airplane uende kwenye unaenda, please be careful. So Mudavadi augatiriri amesema, okay, Mudavadi amesema like that hiyo ni rule imetolewa kwa country zingine na wanaweza shindwa ku control, inaweza toka out of the hand. I think guys you understand like Mudavadi amesema, lakini they will try their best, but kikizindikana itabidi tu auawe. Nothing else we can do about it. Like I wanted to get information from the family, because I know family, they know this girl very well. Maybe yenye ni breadwinner wa familia yake. Maybe she does that. Okay, I'm not trying to say that these girls should be murdered, because even the Bible says we are not supposed to commit murder. We are not supposed to kill. But like, sio kwa hapa kusema ati anafaa kuuawa, lakini family inafaa kutuambia, wanajua more about this dude. They know all about this girl. Ni mtoto wao na wanajua what she does. Maybe ni breadwinner wao, you never know. Na hakuna mzazi anaweza taka mtoto wake auliwe hata kama anafanya kazi gani. Hakuna mzazi anaweza sema mtoto wangu anafanya hivi. Lazima kila family ama mzazi atetee mtoto wake. Whether she or he is a thief, whether she or he is a gangster, lazima familia itetee mtoto wao. So let me leave you with this message from Mudavadi. Then from there, just write a comment down below. Just tell us what do you think about this story. Na wewe unaona kama itaende anje? Hii kitu unaona kama itamalizia anje, by the way? Because as we speak, Duta, she is not in a right position. She is not in a good ads. She is in the hands of killers right now as we speak. So anything can happen anytime. Anything can happen anytime. Anaweza wachiliwa ama wale wakikausha kichwa sana waseme that is our role, that will be period, that will be end of Margaret Duta. May God forbid. So guys, thank you for watching. Leo nimesema nitafanya na Kiswahili na Kisungu nichanganye so that people may understand what I'm trying to say. So guys, may you have a wonderful night. Let's meet tomorrow for another episode. So guys, subscribe, like, share, and thank you for the returning subscribers. We are roading to 50,000 subscribers. So thank you very much for subscribing. Let's continue supporting Moss Bees TV.
So they travel on their own volition. It is their right. And they can go to whichever country they can go to as long as they have their visas approved by those respective countries. So that's one factor. Second, the issue of drug trafficking. And we are not trying to say she's guilty or not guilty other than what we have as a record from the judicial process in Vietnam. So ours is not about a judgment, but working on that basis. If we want to also send a clear message as a country, we need to be careful that Kenyans who are stepping out into the diaspora do not fall into the trap of engaging in any illegal activities. It's absolutely important that this is taken. We want responsible Kenyans at home, and we equally want responsible Kenyans in the diaspora, in whatever country you are in. We have been at the forefront in promoting bilateral labor agreements, trade, also focusing on responsible mobility of labor and so forth. We've been talking to these things. And one of the things I've been emphasizing is that please, the young Kenyans that are going out, remember that the moment you board a plane and the wheels have lifted, when you land in whatever country you're going into, the laws that apply are not Kenyan laws. They are the laws of that respective country. So please respect the law. Vietnam has got its own judicial processes, and we want to make it clear that we do not want to market Kenya as a conduit for illicit trade, whether drugs or human trafficking or any other contraband or even illicit firearms. We have to be very clear to this, and we have to be collective and understanding on this matter. So it is important that as we deal with these cases, we have to appreciate that it's a big issue, and in certain instances we have a process where we are also working on instruments that are being negotiated by Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Attorney General's office so that we can have mutual agreements on even how to deal with exchange of prisoners and so forth. And this is a process where you have to talk to each country separately because the rules may be different that would allow mutual exchange of those who either have almost concluded their term or they're about to end. So you have to look at it also in the context that if somebody is murdered in Kenya by somebody else, we expect the rules of Kenya to apply. Those who may be involved in illicit drug trade, whether they are Kenyans or not, but if they are found within the Kenyan space, then the laws of Kenya will apply on those matters. So I think I can only appeal to you, and thank you for your question, because it's so important that we convey this message to the Kenyans in an objective and fair way, so that nobody thinks that it's a simple game. Once you step into a plane, you board a plane and you leave, and you land somewhere else, the laws that apply are not Kenyan laws. They are the laws of that country. And you have seen there were cases in Kenya of the Akashas. They are incarcerated in the US on drug-related matters. So therefore, this would not, if indeed it's the case, it will not be the first one. Okay? Because there are others. But all lives matter. And all we can say at this stage is that we hope we can find a solution to this. But please convey this message. Help us to really speak to our young people, because we have a demographic challenge. Jobs may be a problem for us today, but because our population is very, very young, people might think it's an adventure. It's not an adventure. Security checks in various airports, in various ports of entry in different countries are very intense, very thorough. So don't try to do that. And for Kenya, we also want to make sure that we continue to intensify the surveillance here. I can tell you there are so many also incidents where we have nabbed narcotics at our ports of entry. So it's not as bad as that. But once in a while, it's possible that there could be slippage. So we hope that with this, because we don't really know whether she was conveying this directly from here or from another station. There are even very simple messages that come across. Travel tips that don't lose sight of your bag. They ask you a very simple question: who packed your bag? So if you're traveling and you're allowing somebody else to pack your bag, how sure are you that the person packing your bag is Jesus? Thank you.